In today's review, we are going to talk about the Neo Bank Revolut, and we are going to compare all of the crucial features so that by the end of this video you will actually know if it's worth going for a Revolut account. Now, to get started, as for the overview, to begin with, we are going to quickly look at the origin story of Revolut, as well as all of the pricing, fees, and all of the ATM withdrawal features, as well as exchange rates, and we are also going to discuss the question if your funds are actually safe with Revolut. Then we're going to talk about availability, ease of use, as well as customer satisfaction. And at the end of this video, I'm going to list all of the additional features, as well as all of the pros and cons, so that you will actually know if it's worth going for a Revolut account. Now, as always, if you want to support my channel for completely free, I will leave you my referral link down below. And if you find this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. Now, as you can see, Revolut basically brands themselves as the one app, all things money. So basically, Revolut is primarily focused at their mobile app. Now, I think this is actually the best way because basically most of the time you will access your bank via your mobile device, so I think this is actually pretty good. And Revolut has tons of different tiers which we are going to quickly compare. So to get started, we do have the standard plan, which is going to be free. However, they're obviously going to limit your features quite a lot so that you will eventually go for a paid plan. Now, as for the paid options, you will get a plus plan for £3 a month basically, as well as a premium plan, metal plan, and an ultra plan. Now, this is for the normal personal features. As for business, this can actually vary. However, as for this video, we're actually only going to talk about the personal plan primarily. So, as for the cards, you are going to get personalized cards for all of the paid plans, and you can also earn cashback on card payments with the metal as well as with the ultra plan. Now, as for all of the other features like support, you will basically have to read through this yourself. I will leave you the link for this down below, and then make an educated guess yourself to find out which plan you should actually go for. Now, one feature which I want to highlight though is the fee-free ATM withdrawals. So basically, as for the free plan, you are going to get £200 per month, or 5 withdrawals per month for completely free. Now, this limit is going to increase depending on which plan you go for. For example, for the premium plan, this is going to be £400 per month, metal £800, and for ultra £200 per month. Now, once you surpass this limit, you will have to pay 2% fees if you want to withdraw any sort of amount from your Revolut account. Now, Revolut is also going to offer all sorts of different travel benefits, so if you are someone who is going to travel quite a lot, then it's actually worth looking into this. So basically, for the premium as well as metal as well as ultra plan, you are going to get the airport lounge access for a discounted price, and for ultra you are actually going to get it for unlimited, and you're even going to get trip and event cancellation insurance for the ultra plan, as well as a lot of other features which I can basically go over all of them for time reasons. However, you can see them on screen right now. Now, you can also use Revolut to invest money, which we're going to get into later on. Now, if you want to send money abroad, Revolut also gets you covered. Now, as for the pricing, I think Revolut actually doesn't basically take any kind of fee. They are only going to charge the exchange rate basically. So as you can see, if you are going to compare the pricing, basically only Remitly is going to be cheaper than Revolut. And by the way, if you want to look into Remitly, I will leave you my review right here. Now, as for this pricing model right here, I think this is actually pretty good. And now basically, if only one provider is slightly cheaper than Revolut, this is still a win in my opinion. And as you can see, the exchange rate is basically the same. So still, if you want to send money abroad, Revolut is actually a great choice for this. Now, as for the payments, you can actually also manage subscriptions smarter using your Revolut account. So basically, you can just organize all of your subscriptions within one place, directly within Revolut. And this also goes for a lot of other features. So for example, as for budgeting and budget planning, Revolut will also get you covered. You can just set limits to help you stick to your your budget, which will then end up in you having more money essentially at the end of the month. So basically you can just reveal your weekly insights to basically deep dive your spending habits and so on, which is a feature which I really like. Now usually with other big neobanks, they tend to also have this feature. However, I think the Revolut app actually looks super nice and also is super organized and beginner friendly. So this is definitely something which I want to highlight and which I think does work great on Revolut. Now Revolut also offers other features like pockets. So basically with pockets you can just organize your money and you can then automatically use these pockets to pay different kind of bills, for example to pay rent, water, electricity and so on. So this is also super useful if you're someone who basically wants to organize everything. Now as for the other features, Revolut will also allow you to basically create a shared joint account. So if you have a spouse, husband, fiance, basically anyone, then you can just set up an account for the both of you, where you can then both access money and then where you can then get 2 cards for one account and where you can then spend that money and so on. Now as for availability, Revolut is going to be available in the European Economic Area. So basically, if you are a legal resident of the European Union, then you can just create a Revolut account, and they're also going to offer a lot of other big countries basically. Now if you are from a small country outside of the EU, then you most likely can sign up to a Revolut account. However, if you are from the US, for example, or the UK, Japan, Switzerland, Singapore and so on, then you can actually get yourself a Revolut account. Now Revolut is actually kind of a bank. Now they do have a full banking license in Lithuania. However, this is only for the personal account. For the Revolut business account, they don't currently have a banking license. However, they are currently trying to work towards securing a UK banking license, which is also something which you will have to keep in mind. Now, as for safety, the maximum amount of insurance compensation for deposits with Revolut is going to be 100,000 euros, which is actually pretty good compared to other neobanks. Now, Revolut is also going to allow you to basically invest and save all of your money, and you can basically invest your money by first of all using the saving vaults within Revolut. So basically like this, you will just have to put your money to your vault, and then Revolut is going to use that money, and in return you're going to get percentages on that money. As you can see, you are actually going to get a 4.75% return, which is pretty good, and you can also withdraw instantly and at any time, which is also a feature which I really like, as other neobanks like Bank, for example, doesn't actually offer this, and instead you can only withdraw I think like twice a month, which I don't really like. So this is definitely something positive. Now as for the other investing options, as you can see right here under wealth, you can actually use Revolut to invest basically with quite a lot of ideas. So for example, you can use it to invest in crypto as well as stocks, and as you can see, you can actually invest into stocks with as little as $1, which actually is pretty neat. And then as for the other investing options, you can actually also invest in commodities as well as vaults and saving vaults, which we've already covered. Now as for the reviews, as you can see, the overall reviews of Revolut are actually great. They do have a rating of 4.3 stars, which definitely is on the higher side. Now obviously there are always going to be some negative reviews, but really with Revolut the overall customer experience is really positive. So let's now get to the pros and cons for Revolut. Now as for the pros, they do have a pretty competitive exchanging rate. Only Remitly is going to be cheaper. They do offer you pretty competitive exchange rates, as well as a user-friendly digital platform, as well as a really good mobile app. Now as for the customer feedback, this is going to be positive, and you will also get additional features like cryptocurrency trading, shared accounts, joint accounts and so on. Now as for the accessibility, this is going to be international. However, the availability is obviously only going to be for specific kind of countries. However, generally it is basically going to be available in quite a lot of countries compared to other fintech banks. Now as for the cons, certain kind of fees may apply depending on what kind of transaction you're going to do and what kind of premium plan you're going to go for. Now as for the premium plans, these often do come with a monthly cost. So basically you will have to just decide this for yourself if it's actually worth going for a premium plan. Now that's basically it for this video. I personally think, and this is no financial advice, if you are going to look for a neobank, Revolut is going to be a great choice. And by the way, if you want to see a comparison of Revolut, then you can watch these videos right here. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful.